Hello and thanks for checking out the all-new Millar's mill. Its construction is very well made. It's made from aircraft aluminum, anodized aluminum, and also knurled hardened steel for the rollers. So it's a very long-lasting mill. We also have a bearing, a bronze bushing or bronze bearing on both sides of the actual shaft. You can see one right here on the end, and there's also a bronze shaft on this end. And what that does is it keeps the shaft from wearing out. What's also kind of neat about it is it's got a great adjustment on it. It's very easy to use. Basically what you do is you loosen both of these adjustments, and you can move the rollers in and out, so wider or farther away. The mill's primarily used for a drill. There is a hand crank available, although we don't recommend it. It's pretty time consuming to hand crank and use your barley mill, and not very practical. And I know a lot of people out there do have hand crank models. Most people, about 100% of them, will end up using a drill at some point. So we recommend using it with a drill. And in this case, I'm going to show you using an actual cordless drill. And it's pretty easy to connect to it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how it works. And as you can see, it does a pretty good job of getting all the grain cracked at the right crack. As you know, if you're a home brewer, you want to have a 3-part crack and keep the actual whole of the barley intact, so that it uses a filter bed. And this does a really great job of it. And what's also nice is you get that fresh ground factor. It's, you know, barley. A lot of people don't realize this, but barley's not unlike coffee. You always want a fresh ground. You know, you get a much better product out of that rather than, you know, grinding it at the brew store and then bringing it home and maybe using it a week or two later. In the long run, you'll actually brew better beer grinding your own and not being, you know, driving yourself crazy trying to hand crank something. So using a drill is definitely a preferred method. I'll show you the adjustments on it. They're very simple. Let's go ahead and dump out the rest of the grain there. You can see I've got these 2 thumb screws in the front. So I loosen those. And then what we do is we get to adjust on these side handles, and you look down the side of it. I can adjust the rollers in and out, and I can do each side independently. So, and that way I can achieve the perfect crack. And once I find my adjustment that I like, then I just go ahead and tighten these down. There's little lock nuts so you can save your setting. And for a special, what we're doing with ours for a limited time is we're giving away this very heavy-duty commercial quality cast aluminum that's been polished scoop. And so you will have a nice scoop. You'll be able to scoop your grain, and it does help. And also we're giving away free shipping. So we try to keep this as a good value, and so that everyone can actually afford one of these. And let's face it, if you want to brew good beer, you can't afford not to have one. We also provide the screws for the base of it, so you can mount it to some type of a structure. A lot of people want to make their own. You might make a plywood piece or even a stand of some sort. So we provide the screws, the stainless steel screws to go in there, and then it's up to you to mount it. There's a little bit of assembly to putting this together. There's a little bit of assembly to putting this together. It's not much. Just some screws here to assemble the actual hopper. You always want to be careful. Edges can get a little bit sharp. They try to file them down at the factory, but they can sometimes be a little sharp as well. So, but yeah, this is something that you'll probably buy once and use it for a lifetime. And of course, it is a roller mill. You can mill all kinds of things, corns and other types of grains, and not just limited to barley. But this is primarily what we marketed as a barley mill. Thanks for checking us out, and we hope you'll be making better beer with the Millar's mill.